Well, it's all fun and games till your pants don't fit anymore. All right, it's demo day one. We got the shop vac going. We have this chisel thing. I don't know what it's called, something hammer. And there is the start of the project. So we have as much stuff taped off as possible. Upstairs, it's all taped off. It's kind of hard to tell because the plastic's clear. But the kitchen's all closed off. That way to the kitchen's also closed off, and couches covered, curtains down, and it is now time to make a big mess. So day one. Forget what day it is renovation wise, but here we are. We have the underlayment, we have the plywood base. You can nail down the flooring instead of gluing it down. So, Cinder, but this job was pretty intense, getting all the demo flat, smooth, clean, and the amount of dust everywhere. I mean, look at this. This is after it's been uncovered, and there was that much. The couches are full. The dining room table is full. So these were all covered and still managed to get a ton of dirt, dust, and all that. So, but the good news, we're in the home stretch. So one of the things that I'm really excited about, I finally painted the inside of that niche the same color as the rest of them. We were holding off on that project, and I got that done. And my most favorite is I painted the fireplace with chalk paint. It was this red oak, cherry, something like that color. And now it's a beautiful white. And we have to pick out the tile for the fireplace around, but here is the beautiful white chalk paint. And now I understand why everybody likes chalk paint so much. There is a picture of the flooring that's going to be going in. It is so pretty. It's Brazilian pecan, and it's super thick, and it's so beautiful. So Kyle has put a little section in, so there's a little sneak. Isn't that exciting? So anyways, yep, that's what we're at. We are in the home stretch now by just putting down the wood flooring. So I'll be back with the next update. I don't have OCD, but I like to keep a clean house. It literally sparked like something in my head with the amount of destruction that we did. And mind you, we have a 3-week timeline when we started the project because my daughter has a birthday party coming up. We have a huge party planned here, so everything has to be done by then. So like any demolition project, we had some hiccups. There was some easy spots in the house that just demoed like so easily, and then there were other parts where I feel like we spent the whole day just in like 3 square foot of area. And then so my husband ran the jackhammer and I scooped up all the tile with my muscles, put it in a bucket and wheeled it out to the dumpster outside. I kid you not, that was such back-breaking work. So because I was physically working really hard, I was like, you know what? We can just take it easy on the eating ketogenic and being so stressed out. We'll just eat whatever. Well, by taping off my kitchen, that pretty much meant we have eaten out for like the past 10 days in a row. And it is starting to show. Now, so I thought, well, I'm working so hard with the demo, literally back-breaking work to scoop each pound of tile out of the house, lay down the underlayment, lay down the plywood on top and all of the wood. So, and then not to mention we painted the fireplace and we had to clean all the dirt. And that means I've been running my washer and dryer nonstop because everything had a coating of dust on it from the demo. So that meant kids' bedrooms, all the linens, all the curtains. So it's been nonstop. So I know I've been missing in action lately, but I literally cannot handle that amount of dirt in my house. I had to get that. So it put me in a pretty tough spot. Add on top of that, an election, which I will never speak publicly about my personal political views. I feel like that's one of those topics you keep to yourself unless it's in a, you know, unless you're intentionally wanting to talk with another person that wants to talk and debate, whatever. But on my channel and in my world, I keep my political opinions to myself. That doesn't mean I'm not a very patriotic or I don't care. I very much care. I'm in Texas. I'm going to leave it at that. So point being, I'm not somebody who talks about that. I don't feel like my opinion should have anything to do with your opinion, and I can be an adult and I can still love you no matter who you support. So, but seeing so many people so ugly to each other and on both sides of the aisle, and it's just like the uncertainty of what's going on, and it's like, that was a whole nother layer of stress and anxiety. And so I've got the demolition project going on. Tap in the stress, the personal stress. Then I don't have a kitchen. And it's just been like, it's been nonstop. So I emotionally am not in a bad place, but I'm stressed out. I'm not handling it well. And I can't say that, I can't blame anything. It's been me. I could have maybe food prepped or something. I could have thought of a better way to stay on track. I could, you know, but at the end of the day, you know what, whatever. I can't even get to my scale because it's in the room that I have all the other stuff from all the other rooms that we had to empty. So it's like, I can't even get to my scale, but I know I am bloated. It's like, oh, my tummy is not happy with me and I don't feel good. And there's no end in sight because we got a couple more, we've got at least another week of work until we can say we're done. So it's like, right now, I'm just on a break and I wanted to tell you all this. Well, time out. Why did I even tell you all this in the first place? Well, I know I'm not alone in the amount of emotional stress and anxiety that's going around right now. I know a lot of people have fallen off the bandwagon and, feeling bad about that. So let me just tell you this, as someone who was 1 pound away from her goal weight, it doesn't matter. You just get better. You pick yourself back up, you dust yourself off, and you keep moving forward. What can I do about the last week now? You know, I only can change what I'm doing before me, you know, ahead, my next opportunity for my meal. So I'm not going to beat myself up about it. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world. It happens. And I'm also sharing this to show you that even somebody who is pretty much at their goal weight, I mean, at the time before all this happened, I was 1 pound away, but it's not like you just wake up one day and you're cured from obesity. Like, yeah, you may physically be cured, but the mental side of it stays with you forever. And that's one thing that I have to constantly work at. Just because I get to where I want to go does not mean it's over. Every day is the fight. Some days you win some days you lose some. It's part of life. Life's not meant to be easy. Life is meant to be lived, and that means that all the experiences happen. And some days you're just cruising along really good. Other days you're going off a cliff, and then other days you're climbing up the cliff or getting over that tall mountain. It's part of the journey. Don't stress. What am I gonna do? How do I get things back to going? Well, my daughter's birthday's this weekend, so we're obviously gonna have birthday cake. I can make better choices with each meal that I have right now, but right now, while my kitchen is kind of inaccessible, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm gonna do and whatever. I think one thing, it's kind of like a gift to you guys, because I was literally going to switch into maintenance mode, and now I'm back in weight loss mode. So you get me in weight loss mode for a couple more weeks, you know? So if anything, it's a bonus to you, being that I don't know how much I gained, but I'm sure I'm up 8 to 10 pounds. I'm gonna guess. Judging by the way my clothes fit, that bloat that comes like that after you have a meal of carbs. I mean, I'll tell you right now, the Halloween came through, and we started off trick-or-treating, and then the neighborhood that I live in, who's awesome, and we're friends with everybody here, we had a block party, and it starts with one bite of candy, and next thing you know, you're playing beer pong. And you don't know who you are anymore. So it's like, oh my God, there was so much that happened. But I mean, it's okay, because I've had fun getting stuff done. The weight loss can just, it's okay. It's part of the journey. There's no rush. There's no set date I have to lose this weight by, but I do have to get my house back in order. That matters more right now. So stringing you guys along, I just wanted to let you know what's going on, and to stay tuned. Things aren't over yet, but for the month of November, gratitude has a huge impact on your daily life. When you wake up in the morning and you feel gratitude, it really puts a good smile on your face. When you can appreciate what you have and not focus on what you don't have. So for the month of November, I want to do a non-weight challenge, because one, a lot of people are traveling. It's not a good weight loss month. It's kind of like, I want to just maintain type month. I've created enough of a issue where I gotta lose pounds again. So I don't want a focus on weight loss on the month of November when we have a holiday. So I want you to write down every day something you're grateful for, something, basically a gratitude challenge. So for me, like the days 1 through 5, the day 1, I'm grateful for having the courage to share my story, all of the story, not just the best parts, but like videos like this, which are completely relevant in everybody else's journey as well. I'm not the only person that struggles, and I don't embrace the perfect weight loss journey that happened in 6 months, and that's just not realistic to me. I'm sharing what a real weight loss journey looks like, and it comes with the ups and it comes with the downs. So for my second day, I'm just getting caught up because we're 5 days into the month. So for the second day, I am grateful for this community of fans that have cheered me along the way. Sometimes I think that if I didn't have this channel, I wouldn't be held accountable for bad choices, and this channel keeps me in check. I have to tell you what I did. It's kind of like, it's my report card. You have to own the journey. It's not fake. It's a real journey, and this is how it's going. So I am grateful for the people who have cheered me on, has stuck with me, and has joined me on a weight loss journey. It's inspiring to see everybody's story on how they have changed their life. So kudos to you and thank you. Number 3, the spin-off of number 2 is, thank you so much for 97,000 subscribers. I am so close to 100,000 subscribers. That is so awesome, and to think that we're all doing this together. There's strength in numbers, the support is strong, and I appreciate every one of you who has left a kind comment, has encouraged somebody else in the comments, or maybe connected in one of my Facebook groups. I'm sorry, one of my social media channels like Facebook or Instagram. And third, I'm thankful for the people who have been my haters, because haters help, you know, bring issues that maybe you looked over, and you know, it's like, hey, let me think about that for a second. You know, you're right, I have not been on my A game. You know, you're right, I shouldn't have ate all of those French fries, you know. So I appreciate the good with the bad. I'm not somebody who only focuses on the good. Day 4 of the gratitude challenge for me is I am thankful for learning so much about myself through the journey. And I guess where I'm trying to say with that is, it's not just the diet. I didn't lose 130 pounds on a ketogenic lifestyle. The food was such a little part of it. It's honestly, the food is so little. The part that made me lose the weight was learning about my body, what makes me have success, what is my failures, what's triggering me, where's my mental state when all this is happening, you know, what's my overall, the strive to just do it, you know, like that pure determination. That part is what lost the 130 pounds. The food is just been a part of the puzzle. So I don't want to say that like the ketogenic lifestyle is the reason. It's part of how I've done it, but the main thing is the mental and physical and pure determination and learning about me is what really caused the weight loss. And now that I understand myself better, I recognize, like this past week, I know I was triggered from all the dust. I'm triggered by the stress of the elections because I am a political person, I just don't share it publicly. So there's so many things that I can recognize now that I just didn't see before, and I was always confused. And with number 5, that puts me to my number 5 is I understand now. After being morbidly obese and coming back from it, I understand so much more about life and see everything that I do in my life. It kind of represents that battle to live. This demolition project going on downstairs. It's a big old mess, but that is symbolic to my journey. My journey to lose 130 pounds was a big old mess. But you know what? You climb that mountain and you eventually get to the top, you know, and it's not going to be straight up the whole time. There'll be some spots that levels off and then you shoot up again. Maybe there's a little valley that you have to go through before you can get to the top. That's symbolic to the house destruction that's going on downstairs. It's going to be so pretty when it gets to the finish line, you know, so I understand so much more that I never would have thought, and I can apply my journey into my desire to live and win. It's going to be tough, but at the end of the day, it's going to be so pretty and be so worth it. And I will not sweat the amount of work it went into it, because I'll have the prize at the end. So that same thinking process just carries over everywhere, and it's so cool. So I challenge you, comment below. I want to know what your 5 days of gratitude that you have, and keep going for the whole month of 30. Take a whole journal, take a chalkboard, make a little sketch, something out, scribble it somewhere, but just write down what you have gratitude for and start your day off with that. And I think that is pretty neat. So anyways, I'm Jess, and I'll be back to work in about a week. For sure. So bear with me, and thank you for being so patient while I'm getting this project done. Bye-bye.